We're basically taking a Ford Pinto and we're doing the Indy 500 with these plants. My dad is a horticulturalist, right? I grew up on a farm out just east of here. My training is refrigeration mechanic, plumber, boiler mechanic. Right? It was basically environmental controls, is what I understood. Okay, and I did that for 25 years. When I got sick, okay, and went on long-term disability, and then they said you're not going to make it, and so me and my wife started this store. Give me something to do, right? Anyway, I started to figure out how to grow these things better. And what this is, I've created here is environment control, because all a plant needs is 5 things, right? And if you give it the perfect environment, it will grow perfectly, right? That's it. To me, it's simple, right? We do all sorts of gardening. At home, I mean, I have a garden outside, soil. Hydroponic, it's a little more specialized. It's all about giving oxygen to the roots. So we have what we call these geobags, right? And it's just a pot made of cloth, but you can see air. The roots, they don't like sunlight, right? So they grow till they hit the end, they back up about ½ an inch, and then they fan out like this, right? In all your other pots, you always see the roots where they're always wrapped around. Well, the problem is you're watering from the top, so you're sealing it off, right? So they can't breathe. And then they're waiting for you to dry it up, so they wrap around because that's where they can breathe, right? So if we can keep it so that they're drinking, but give them oxygen, and we just do that in 100,000 different ways. We have like package kits that I've set up, I've put together, and this is with this law on October 17th, this cannabis law. So this is where this comes in. This suits for the 4-plant law. I have a 4x8, so I've actually got 2 of these. Okay, and so I'm medical. I'm legal for 50 plants, right? I run 16. So here's what I do. Every month, I take 4. I harvest 4. Right? And I start 4. Veg for 2 months and I flower for 2 months. So every month I take out 4 plants, right? Which equals about 1.25 pounds a month.
You've got it figured out.
Not to brag. These are what we call a base. Okay, this is your meat and taters. This is what your plant needs. Okay, and then we have supplements, and that's your steroids and your cheesecakes and all the things that are going to make these guys an athlete. Regardless of what type of nutrients that you're using or whatever, this thing came out about 5 years ago, this Terpinator, okay, and everybody uses it. And here's why. It doubles your oil production on your medical plants. I'll say that again.
It does what?
It doubles your oil production on your medical plant. Like doubles it. And that shit makes it sticky. It's just not practical to grow food when you're supplying the light source. Just doesn't.
Solar or something like that.
Yeah, you know, but when it costs you $10,000 to set up a solar, they're pretty tasty cucumbers. You know, it just doesn't make sense. It makes sense for pot, but the price of pot, right?
My name is Kyle Wadstein. I live in Red Deer, Alberta, and I do a thing called public alchemy. And public alchemy, the best way that I can describe it is an experiment. It's an experiment to see what happens when large groups of people all pool their money together and they vote every month. Where's it gonna go? I don't know where it's gonna go. This experiment only works if you take part in it. Sign up and you pay $1 per month. You pay $10 a month to Netflix, and Netflix doesn't do anything with that. They just make more movies. Let's say that there was a Netflix in your community that took that $10 and then they put it back into your community. That's what public alchemy does. It could be in your community, it could be in your whole country, it could be the whole planet voting together. That's the experiment.
You guys won.
Violent national unrest.
Say it loud!